Welcome to Deep Dive Daily.
What up, what up, what up? It is Monday, April 14th. Rory McIlroy has done it. Congratulations off the top to him specifically, his fans, his backers. Not a great outcome for me financially, but I got to tell you, the great for the game of golf, great moment in sports, and nothing else. If nothing else, it was phenomenally entertaining.
It was such a good.
That was the best
such a good
Sunday that I can remember since Tiger.
I was gonna say it doesn't top Tiger for me because
No,
I won money on that and I like Tiger better.
Sure.
But as far as the tournament and a final round roller coaster, Jesus.
Oh my
I mean,
God.
just right off the bat, the double, Bryson birdies, then Bryson falls back, then Air Bears pushing, then Rose kind of out of left field. I love that. It's funny. Some people pointed this out on Twitter too. The people that are like went to the driving range to watch Rose hit balls.
Yeah.
What are you doing? I suppose like if you don't have a good spot at 17 or 18 and you're like a mile away from those anyway, why not go over there and do it?
Yeah. There was some hilarious stuff at the end. The Patrick Reed dunking on 17 to get solo third. Ludwig ejecting for no fucking reason on 18.
He looked like me, where it's like I'm very bad at getting it up on the green.
It's like, well, I'm not going to win, so fuck this. It's like, what? That hurt. And then Shane Lowry. What happened, Mr. Lowry? He was gonna take home a nice check and just absolutely crumbled. But yeah, wild, weird Sunday. Some incredible action. When McIlroy birdied 10 and had a 4-stroke lead, I was like, guess I'll find something else to do with my Sunday. So I was like, I'm not just gonna watch an hour-long like blowjob of great McIlroy moments throughout the years. It's like, oh God, like this really has no drama. And then you blink and he pitches it into Race Creek on 13, and it's like, oh, game on. Game on. No. Disappointed that Bryson didn't specifically put pressure on him. He really freaking melted in the moment. That was his putting was awful on the front nine. He was just all over the place,
especially from a guy who putted so well overall.
Yeah. The Rose kind of just being absolutely icy was awesome. His putt specifically to get to 11 on 18 was just outstanding. Oh my goodness, what might have been if his eagle putt on 13 was a hair closer. That was such a good putt. And I know that there were close calls for Rory as well, so I'm not an idiot.
It was, the whole tournament was a what if. And I guess, you break down every tournament is, but like after he dunked it, people are like, remember when Reed 4-putted from like, it's like this guy should be in the playoff.
Yeah.
And, Bryson probably should have been a little closer. A-Bear missed some opportunities, here and there. Yeah. Like it could have been pretty epic. It still was. I do again, like I hate his guts, and as a person and as like a spokesman for the tour, but it still hit me. Like it still hit me in the feels. Like this is such a momentous thing. Only 6 people have done this.
Yeah.
It felt like he had like a 5-year window because he's not over the hill. But there's a certain point where the drive is going to start. You're going to start losing pop in like 5 years off the tee, and suddenly the window is going to get a little smaller, and there's going to be better golfers, younger golfers, and then the pressure's really up. So like, it wasn't like some infinite window he had. It did feel good that you could see it. The biggest. It's funny. These are two not even comparable, but it reminded me of when Ricky won a couple years back. That exhale he did because he just had such a terrible stretch. And Rory just, you could tell like a demon flew out of him. And it was almost more relief than happiness.
Surely.
I do want to point out one thing I read on Twitter.
Fire away.
Pre-tournament, someone pointed out that, and this is just a conspiracy theory. Please don't take this seriously. Like, I'm going to put that before I even say it. Someone's like, they can use the sub air to move the balls. Like, they can use that to cheat and make who they want win. And I'm just like, people say whatever they want on the internet, and it's funny. That's why we're here for it. But that seriously crossed my mind when Rose's ball didn't spin back towards the hole.
Yeah.
On the playoff. I'm like, oh my God, they sub-aired him. They sub-aired him.
They sub-aired him.
Putt. He almost did make it too.
I know. He spent so much time on his putt on 17 that you knew he was going to just miss. And then he spent a lot of time on that putt as well. And you're like, you're feeling it, man. Just go knock it in, buddy. No dice. And I don't know. I thought it was a fine outcome. I will say this, I can't imagine live trade. If you're running like a multi-million-dollar live book on the Masters, which I'm sure many of our people we know in this space were, I cannot imagine pricing Rory in that one, because it was like minus 2,000 pick, minus 2,000 pick, like the head snapping. Oh, it's over. He wins too. Oh no, it's not. Oh, he might lose. Like, that was unreal. And it happened 4 times that I counted. Yeah. I was just like, holy shit. Like, I gotta tell you though, like, his approach shots on 15, 16, and 17 were all like, how did he do this? The 15
I'd
was
like
maybe
to see
the
some
most
numbers
impression.
on that.
204 out from the pin on 15, and putting that to where he should have absolutely made eagle and he doesn't, was unreal.
I never thought he was going to make that eagle putt. Like, I didn't. It was kind of it was a sneaky little nasty downhiller.
Okay. And
he just he didn't seem to have the touch on some of those downhill putts.
Sure.
And I mean, more surprising to me was from the position he was in on 18 the first time, that approach shot. Like,
yeah,
I feel like Rory McIlroy.
You mean when he put it in the sand?
Golfers of his caliber,
yeah,
if they get that drive to that position,
yeah,
that pin placement, that's a par like 99.5% of the time. I just
even the sand shot was clean as hell. Like, he didn't. He should have gotten it. He should have gotten it closer. Like, that was not a good sand shot either.
I know my wife was watching at that point, and I tried to explain. I'm like, it's not buried. He's not really short-sighted. I'm like, these guys are so good out of the sand. I'm like, he's gonna have a 4-footer here. Like,
yeah, he should have. Yeah,
straight on.
Yeah. I also thought it was also amazing that, like, two times there was a guy that had the solo lead, like, just completely pissed his pants. Like, Bryson has the solo lead after 2 and just a mess off the tee on 3 as soon as he got it. Rose has the solo lead for 2 seconds on 17, putting for par, and can't make a very makeable putt. Like, that, the pressure and what it does to the human brain of that particular tournament is insane. Is this Justin Rose's second place at the Masters?
Yes,
now?
It is.
Yuck. I got a great amount of respect for Justin Rose after seeing what he did this weekend, because he was pretty lucky with the putter on Thursday to be in the position he was in, to be, kind of at the top of the board, and giving it all back on Saturday, only to play as well as he did on Sunday, was pretty fucking awesome. So cheers to Justin Rose. Hope you get one at some point. But he is a very, very, he will be a memorable player out of this generation, no question, even without a green jacket. Who cares?
Yeah, he does have a major. He has a major to his name, but it would have been nice to get this.
Yeah.
It would have been nice to get this for him.
Yeah.
Obviously, nobody was rooting for him. A lot of, you could hear the patrons were very one-sided there, as is their want. But no, good tournament. Somebody mentioned that, like, on the Mount. I've seen it. Maybe Wingo. Just somebody on Twitter said, like, Mount Rushmore of Masters is. And I think Tigers is still there for me, and then probably Tiger 97.
Yeah, but Patrick Reed for you for sure.
I don't know if that was that good of a match. It was good,
Sergio, yeah.
but like those two Tiger ones, and then this one, and then I'm not sure what my fourth is. His was like Jack 86. I'm like, don't. I don't remember that. I
guess,
hadn't.
if you
Was
say
just
so.
working on solid
Yeah.
food at that point. I mean, I've seen highlights and I've seen the clips and I understand what it was, but I don't have any emotional attachment to it because I didn't sit there for 4 days.
Yeah, for sure.
I did miss part of Saturday. I did some work outside. But
Saturday was a tough day, man. That was a weird one.
I know. I eventually, it's just like I'm gonna go get some chores done. I'm not digging the vibes right now. None of my guys are doing well. Yeah, I took a beating in betting, obviously.
Oh.
Yeah, none of my outrights got there. I took some Bryson live. He started pissing me. When we talked on Friday, I took him at like 775. Little bit of Hatton. Neither of those guys obviously got there. My placement bets went to shit. I got all the stupid props. I got under 3 feet final putt. I got like the winning score. I had it was set with a hook, so it needed to be 11 or worse.
Yeah.
So when Rory was at 14, I'm like, well, I'm marking that one at L.
Gets there.
So Rory missing, just going to the playoff won me money.
Nice.
And I guess in the grand scheme of it, it was he put his signature on it because he choked it away at the end.
Yeah, of course.
It's kind of like,
of course.
It wouldn't have been a Rory. This
it was so entertaining. It was such an entertaining roller coaster. And I think the final payoff of him just fucking winning was fine. Like that was the right outcome. He was the best golfer this week. Like there's no question. There's no question. And his, again, like his approach shots were sublime. Like the playoff hole approach shot was as good of a golf shot as I've ever seen in my life. And that was to win a green jacket.
To get going, like he wanted. I thought it was going to come up short.
Yeah,
and I'm like, because there was no tracer.
It was perfect. Yeah. All right, a couple other random thoughts. I was disappointed that they moved the whole location on 16 on Sunday.
Yeah, homage to 75, but like,
why'd they do that?
That cost me a bet. Like,
why'd they move that?
I know it was a shout out to an older pin location at a classic version of the Masters in 75. But I
think they made 15.
I like the Sunday location.
They made 15 way more fun. 15 was really fun. Like there was, what did we see? A handful of 7s and a handful of 3s. Like that's your ideal hole where you can have that big of a swing. Just because of the way that green is constructed was crazy. Rory not, kind of just getting it far enough over the water that he didn't get wet on Sunday was incredible. And then, great job on 15. I didn't understand why they were so excited on the broadcast and on the app about the umbrellas for the random tables that sit outside the Butler cabin. Why was there such an emphasis on the umbrellas this year, Andy?
I don't know.
What was that all
Honestly, about? I liked the announcers. I still didn't have the sound on much at all until like Sunday afternoon.
I watched
a lot. Also, I didn't have we go over this so many times, guys, I know, but I don't have like YouTube TV or cable or anything. I just pay 9 different services for streaming. I have Paramount and I have Hulu and Disney and ESPN and Paramount. I said Paramount, but I have a bunch of them. Max and Netflix.
Sure.
Prime.
All
and it covers me for football for the most part until something's on Fox. And then I'm fucked. I didn't have the Masters regular full broadcast when it got closing. I pulled it up. I was switching around, and finally, when they were coming down the stretch, I found like a 15 and 16. I watched Rory and Bryson play through there, and then it's like, oh, your broadcast is over. And I'm flipping through Paramount, Hulu, ESPN,
really
everything. I didn't have one, and so I ended up just. By the way, this was what I should have been doing from the get-go. I just what do you call it when you share your phone to your TV?
Yeah, screencast.
Aircast. Yeah. Like I just aircasted the app. I'm like, oh, like what was I doing fucking around in Paramount? Maybe not a mountain of entertainment, guys. The Masters app. People bitched about the Masters app, but man, if you wanted to watch one of the streams, it's just so easy, and it's right there.
It was. I ended up with watching a decent amount of On the Range, which was fun. And it was funny, but the funniest part was the commentary on the range was like you could have basically made money fading everything that they were saying. Right, like every single kind of he's really got it dialed in. He's really got it dialed in. He goes out, first hole bogey, second hole bogey. It was like they had the kiss of death of kind of claiming people were dialed in on the range, and then just immediately going out and sucking, which cracked me up.
I've sat. Well, you don't sit. There's no seats, but I've stood on the range at the 3M, and I've sat on the range at Waste Management, and it is kind of like. It feels like it's a false positive every time.
Yeah.
Like when somebody's just flushing it out there, I take note, and that guy will just play like shit.
Yeah.
The only thing that has like translated is if you watch him putt. If a guy is not doing well in his putting drills, like he's doing drills on a practice green that's usually pretty easy, and if he's fucking those up, I watched. I think it was Matthew Wolf years ago before he went to live.
Sure.
And I'm like, oh my God, this guy is, I mean, he's not missing small. He's missing by like 2 balls on like 10-foot putts. This is bad. And he went out and played a pretty bad round. So, but yeah, like you said, the range is just like, it's like, yeah, we all hit great when we're doing practice until it counts.
Yeah.
It's like if you throw a bowling ball before you start keeping score, that's a strike.
Yeah. I had at one point had, we were hosting folks for the Long Beach Grand Prix, which was an amazing weekend. Great time with our friends and family here, and we were a couple of big pools going on for the Masters, and I definitely, after Rory went low on Friday, I definitely said out loud, "Oh, I really hope he goes into Sunday with like a 1 or 2 stroke lead over Bryson. Like, good luck sleeping that night, you know." And then every single piece of commentary on Saturday morning was, "I wonder how Rory slept last night." And then to start out with the double was just absolute chef's kiss. It just tremendous drama. Yeah, I don't think you can beat it. We got 361 more days. We'll do it all again. Very exciting. Where do you you being a kind of a good gauge of Rory's skill and ability, Andy, does he now without any demons go just scorched earth on golf, or is he literally just like mission accomplished? Check in. I'll check in with you guys at the Ryder Cup, or like what happens here?
I don't know. Like he has such a good opportunity to win because he's set up so well to play at Quail Hollow. Oakmont is another place where a big driver can cut some corners. The lack of trees in some of the spots are probably like set up, and then the Open is usually not in Northern Ireland, and then this week it is, or this year it is. Like, it's such a good fit. But at the same time, it's so hard. It's so hard to win any tournament, much less a major, when the live guys are playing. I mean, there was a bunch of live guys who played pretty well. Even Rahm over the weekend, once he got kind of over the early week bullshit he was pulling out. But Reed played well. Bryson played well. I thought Cam Smith has some opportunities to play well. He messed some things up. Like, it's just so tough. Like, you probably set his majors as like an Asian handicap for the rest of the year, like 1.75.
Okay.
It feels like he gets one of those 3 because he's playing better than anybody right now. Mm-hmm. And I said that before. I didn't bet on him, but I said it before the tournament when I still thought the price on the matchup was a little off. Yeah. I said he has the same odds in my mind to win as Scotty Scheffler. But it's still just hard. It's hard to win. Somebody's sun running on Sunday, like a 45-year-old British guy just sun running can screw up your day.
Yeah.
Shit happens. Couple pitch-ins, couple putts, and boom, you had the greatest weekend of your year, and you got second place.
Yeah.
I think he gets one more, but it's tough.
A lot of time to chew on some NBA this week. So I don't know that we need to step on all that today. There's no NBA today. Obviously, we got to wait.
I wanted you to comment on the Lakers price.
You sure? You sure you want me to say anything?
I know you're cursed when it comes to Lakers stuff, but it seems
I'm not even close.
I was gonna say, do you have a flip favorite, or are you around to pick them?
I'm not around to pick them.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I have the Timberwolves as a hair better than the Lakers. The Timberwolves for me are a 77th percentile offense. They are a 97th percentile defense. The Lakers are a 95th percentile offense, 77th percentile defense. That's going to be fun. Strength on strength, really. Lakers offense versus Timberwolves defense. I would say that pretty obviously the series price for me at least should be Lakers -110, Minnesota +110. I think this is a long series. The most likely outcome that the Timberwolves win is obviously in 6 with home court in game 6. I think if you play Minnesota, you should play Minnesota -1.5 instead of the series price. Because I think if it gets to a game 7, they're losing. What do you think?
We don't have dates. I don't have dates for some of these games yet. They haven't even set the dates for
until they know what the 2 7s are. They're not gonna secret Saturday, Sunday.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
No,
and I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I worry about betting on them at all because of the choke factor that they seem to have against. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No. I think +167 for the Timberwolves is a reasonable bet. I think +5 in game 1 is a reasonable bet. Oh no, we do know when these games are going to be there. Oh no, we don't. Wait, do we?
We know when game 1 is. That's what it's giving me.
Game 1.
I'm looking at tickets. April 19th. It says.
Yeah, they have all of the series we know are playing on Saturday. It looks like.
Yeah. I'm looking I'm looking at targets. I'm not going to crypto.com or whatever.
Yeah, right. You need to know when game 3 is. Yeah.
What's section 203? That doesn't. Oh, that's a bad seat. I can't sit there.
Yeah, I think if you play Minnesota, look for a series price or a series handicap of Minnesota -1.5. That way, you're not counting on them winning game 7, which feels unlikely to me. The further the series goes, the more it becomes just what can Luka do and can you stop him? And I don't know that I would feel high confidence that the Timberwolves can. The Timberwolves' second best offensive player is not very good, which is a problem. Questions certainly swirling about what you get. It's probably Julius Randle. I don't know. That's a tough one for me.
Seems like a 5-way tie.
Yeah, there's a lot of good, not great in the second tier offense for the Timberwolves, and certainly playoff Julius Randle is a scary proposition. I don't know. I like what you're getting out of Jaden McDaniels. He's probably your unsung hero of the series if the Timberwolves win. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something about the Lakers, and just the fact that they have Luka and he seems to be in good form is enough. But yeah, Luka and Austin Reeves and to a lesser extent LeBron James really kind of all playing very well for the Lakers right now. So I don't know. Their depth sucks though.
Yeah, like what do you call the out of bounds line that's not the baseline?
The sideline?
Sideline? So the sideline tickets, but second deck, $350 a pop at the Target Center. I'm pretty sure I went to the Grizzlies series for like $110 a ticket.
All right.
This is what happens when you get fucking superstars coming to flyover country. We might have to go a little off kilter. I can't sit on the end, look down at the court though. That's just untenable.
Untenable.
That's just bad. It's a bad experience. I don't know how people get excited about being behind the basket, in college basketball, and they want to wave the things like that. That I understand. You want to be part of that, but you can't see shit. It's terrible.
I like lower bowl corner. Those are usually pretty good value.
Yeah, honestly, those are only $425. Those aren't bad spots either. I've sat there. There's not a bad seat. You always think about it. It's like you get in your head that you're at a football game and you're so far away, but even the upper deck, like it's basketball. You're not that far away. You can see shit. They're huge people. They're very huge people.
We'll get into more NBA playoffs as the week carries on, but I'm kind of disappointed at the matchups we got. This is kind of the least excited. Like the way that the West worked out as far as head-to-heads, lacking a little bit of juice. Hopefully the Warriors win in the 7-8. Warriors Houston Rockets has a little juice, especially with Ime Udoka talking all that shit last time they played. That was pretty cool. That'll be a fun head-to-head. Fun market to price too. Really don't know what we're gonna get there. My Clippers are probably the biggest misprice of all of the series prices that are up. I think they should be favorites over the Nuggets. Plus money is a good bet. If you want to wait until they lose game one and then bet them, that's also fine. But
I was going to say, I'm going to parlay the Wolves and the Clippers after game one.
God, the Clippers defense is so fucking good. And the minutes distribution.
You've cursed Kawhi. You've brought it up like 7 times. he's going to get hit by like a bus at this point, Drew.
That would suck. He's not their most important defensive player. He's not even he's their third most important defensive player after Zubac and Chris Dunn.
But he matters.
Chris Dunn putting Jamal Murray in handcuffs is going to be sick. I cannot wait to see that matchup. That's a really good one. And again, like when you're pricing the Nuggets, what's funny is if you just use their top 6 players and just assume all of them play 40 minutes, Nuggets are okay. The minute you try to find minutes for player 7 or player 8, it gets real bad real fast. They have such a poor bench unit that any of those minutes look like problems against, especially because
I remember being pretty pumped.
Good bench
for Chris Dunn.
He
was a Timberwolves draft pick. Providence. I remember being like excited for Chris Dunn because we've been trying to draft a good guard for, I don't know. The last great one was probably Starbury. Is that the only really good guard the Timberwolves have ever had?
Yeah. I mean, Conley's pretty good.
Yeah, I know.
You want like a really good guard?
Yeah, it doesn't have his own like cool nickname like Starbury.
Okay, let me give you Boston, New York price. My fare there is Boston minus 930. Does that feel high?
They're very good.
Maybe
and
a
they're
little.
Very experienced. They'll be fine.
I do think
Sam Cassell. Good call.
Sam Cassell.
That was a fun team when they added Cassell, they added Sprewell.
Surely. Okay. Well, we'll do some full NBA.
We'll do a rundown of that all the way.
Yeah,
and then
Wednesday
is 100% Corrales Punta Cana. That's the alt tournament. Through my Minbu Lee funds, guys, as Masters drained me like a succubus.
Oh no!
Catch you tomorrow for some NBA